But how can I attend to excuse? The rescue mission, anything to excuse mission. There's the terrible, local wish in the world. For half only access recovery team. Heavy sense of you, but they will make mistake. Only conjure la wala, they may not be the body or the cut. I said it here, you're not believing. But now, not your scene, you want to grow. They may not get out on follow. Could you cook? Could you cook? Could you cook? Mission, anything to excuse mission. There's the terrible, local wish in the world. For half only access recovery team. Heavy sense of you, but they will make mistake. Somebody help me, I like talking. They may not see it, they get talking. But I mean, come talking. So you can get me for talking. Sleep. Only not believe he was sleep. See right now you sleepy. See my people regretting. Why didn't you regret? I will say that you ain't here, you can't get me. The rescue mission, anything to excuse mission. There's the terrible, local wish in the world. For half only access recovery team. Heavy sense of you, but they will make mistake. The rescue mission, anything to excuse mission. There's the terrible, local wish in the world. For half only access recovery team. Heavy sense of you, but they will make mistake. Only conjure la wala, they may not be the body or the cut. I said it here, you're not believing. But now, not your scene, you want to grow. They may not get out on follow. Could you cook? Could you cook? Could you cook? The rescue mission, anything to excuse mission. There's the terrible, local wish in the world. For half only access recovery team. Heavy sense of you, but they will make mistake. Somebody help me, I like talking. They may not see it, they get talking. But I mean, come talking. So you can get me for talking. And I be out, we know that. Or you making it hard up. I told the people say you was sleep. Only not believe he was sleep. See right now you sleepy. See my people regretting. Why did you regret?
became angry with fake politics, full of hatred. So I'm against it. That's what happened. Politics was not like this when I started. But since 2012, a certain group of people made politics about hatred and insult, and I am against it. Now, this one, when I started doing this work, politicians were not insulting each other. I mean, I worked with all the politicians from 1998. Alhaji Hudu Yaya was for many years the general secretary of the NDC. Never once would you hear Hudu saying somebody is stupid, the kinds of things we see today, saying and going on Akan radio and insulting with Jimmy. That was not part of the politics. Hudu Yaya was NDC general secretary. Daboche was MPP. Never would. There was nothing like serial callers. People who were phoning were genuine people. Some of them are party people, yes, but there was no regime of serial callers who have to go and are deployed to go and insult. That wasn't available.
Is it possible, as part of birthdays gift to these people, that you can still negotiate some of these things, the Bali Island, your relationship that you have with people, if the government was, is it possible to do some of these things while you are still in opposition? Now you are on your tours, meeting with friends.
Ebi, you want to put politics. Let me go simple English. You want to put politics in the thing. Ebi, you want to put politics in the thing. But Ebi, look, I want, let me just give you some information, Ebi.
Okay.
You see, Ebi, my life with Liberian people is not about politics.
Okay.
Remember, Ebi, when I was not in politics, I'm the same judge where that make sure that everyone at refugee camps have place to sleep, have food to eat, they could go to school. As a professional soccer player, most of those people today and those that are hard under my command are sent into school, they are all become professional people. Even people in this present government, and they know. So my life is not politics. You know, I've done so much before I got into politics, and I will still do the same. That's my nature. You know, my nature is not just a political. I don't have just political behavior. No, I am a humanitarian. You understand? So our people, we're gonna strive for our people. Yeah, why not? And remember, I brought in a lot of good friends before we came into politics and whatnot. I have a responsibility to my party. Citizen could build a new park. Why not? It's for the Liberian people, because the park that we build, the park that citizens will build, opposition will go there. So there's no problem here. You know, and what I'm doing out there is to continue to promote our party and what we have done over these years. You know, I got good friends that are willing to come and to help. You know, they're not going to interfere in our politics, but I got good friends that I can go and sit with and share ideas with. I got people that I can bring to the country that want to work. I don't have issues, you know, because I am a Liberian. If anybody asks me one day to say, look, I want to take this to Liberia, I can bring them. The government have a responsibility to deal with them or
I
not.
would not know if it's wrong, but one thing that I was not able to accomplish that I wanted to accomplish was after the war, the Liberian people elected me, and in fact, the Liberian people elected me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best.
Any other regrets?
The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia, unless you have it rightly made with the United States, unless they understand you and you understand them. I think there will always be problems, and Liberia would not develop. So as a former president and one who in the future will have a role in Liberia, it is important for me to go. I respect the United States. It's the world's only superpower. So I think being quote unquote in good books with them, I think is good for not just for me, but for Liberia.
Do you think that the international media has misunderstood you?
And that's one thing about the foreign media, which they do a whole lot. The foreign media have this concept. They will support their host government during crisis. Most maybe other little countries, they say, oh, you must be new. There's no neutrality in journalism in these big countries when it comes to their national security. Forget about neutrality. So it's all about patriotism. So for me, I understand it. They are controlled by interest. I hope and pray that sometimes you are lucky you find one journalist that says, okay, great. I don't like Mr. Taylor, but wait a minute. There are some questions that must be answered. Okay, you said Mr. Taylor is guilty of this. Well, bring some evidence to us. I think you are lucky sometimes, but I'm not surprised and I don't feel bad because I think that all Liberians must participate in the peace process in Liberia. All. You cannot force me to be anti-peace. How can you? I left for peace. I have persuaded all of my followers to pursue the path of peace. You can't say that, no, he's anti-peace. I'm not anti-peace. For me, Liberia's movement forward into peace is in my interest. It hastens my return to Liberia. So for me, I would say, when disarmament, demobilization is all over and Liberia is free of arms and peace has returned, Charles Taylor and every other Liberian should go home. Because one of the difficulties I have seen during the years of my presidency, the more influential Liberians that stay outside the country, the more probable there is a chance for disruption. If I'm out, there are going to be thousands out. There's mischief. Let Taylor go home. Let all of the other Liberians. I was glad to hear the other day when Prince Johnson, who has been in Nigeria for a number of years, returned. Liberians need to go. They need to reconcile. I support a process of reconciliation like the Truth Reconciliation Commission of South Africa, of which I would want to appear before such a commission. I owe it to the Liberian people to account for whatever I did or didn't do. And I want to do that.
We have had an ongoing conversation with the government, with the security institutions, about the level of threat here from individuals who wish to engage in terrorism. It's a concern for us around the world, as you pointed out. Certainly, recent events have made it even more, I think, foremost in people's minds. But it's a conversation we continue to have to try to monitor where and how what we think is an appropriate threat level for Liberia, and so far indications seem to be that there's not an issue here, but certainly we know, we don't have to look very far to Mali, to Nigeria, to Cameroon. There are instances of terrorism in the not too far away areas. But it's something that we just have to monitor, and we have to balance against other needs and requirements. So it's always an issue for us, always something we monitor, always something we discuss with the government in terms of their ability to respond. And we expect that kind of conversation to continue.
Solomon, why people have club at the various ministries? Why people have they think they call the credit union?
No, forget about that. That's different. That's different.
Become public. The only thing I know about, we are putting what they call susu. Susu. No, lawmaker? Yes. And we are putting what they call susu. Susu. No, lawmaker? Yes. That helps a lot.
So Ellis Tyler is the susu father?
No, I'm not aware of Ellis Tyler susu. I'm talking about personal susu that I'm in with you.
So the purpose of that susu is not intended for Ellis Tyler president?
I don't know whether Speaker Tyler wants to be president. He has not told me that. And I'm not supporting.
So you've not attended any meeting?
Solomon, why people have club at the various ministries? Why people have they think they call the credit union?
No, forget about that. That's different. That's different.
Become public.
The only thing I know about, we are putting what they call susu. Susu. No,
lawmaker?
Yes. And we are putting what they call susu. Susu. No,
lawmaker?
Yes. That helps a lot.
So Ellis Tyler is the susu father?
No, I'm not aware of Ellis Tyler susu. I'm talking about personal susu that I'm in with you.
So the purpose of that susu is not intended for Ellis Tyler president?
I don't know whether Speaker Tyler wants to be president. He has not told me that. And I'm not supporting.
So you've not attended any meeting?
We must believe what is at stake in this country. Come 2017, President Sirleaf has come. She has done what she could do. It's time for her to exit the stage. There is no way Liberia can take the chance, the risk of having one political party remain in power again. We must bring about a change because we believe. Because we believe. Because we believe. We can do better. We can do better. We can do better. Liberia is at the crossroads. Listen, I realize that there are so many of you who are not members of Liberty Party, but you have come together because you know what is at stake. Because we do know from our history, if one political party is allowed to rule this country too long, a political hegemony develops, and it is not good for the party politics. So as we call upon the opposition, as we call upon the newly formed political parties to come on board, we also call upon members of the Unity Party who believe in this country, who believe that Liberia can do better. We should come on board. The thing is big, enough for everybody. The dream of Liberty Party, my ambition is to bring Liberia together, to reconcile our people, to change for the better the way we do things in this country, to recover those ancient values that kept us together as a nation, where I will be my brother's keeper, where I know that my children will not be saved unless everybody else children provided for. That's why I say, my friend, regardless of who we are, regardless of where we come from, regardless of our personal ambition, we have a common denominator, and that is Liberia. We must all put Liberia first.
President Bouakar's 2025 budget will determine his clear vision for the country. Okay, so it also includes the dividend on some of these travels. For instance, I know it can be argued understandably that the overpass bridge that the Chinese government is about to build, and the road from Cassidy Boulevard to 12th Street, They were all in the pipeline, that's true. But it was blocked in the pipeline. The President Bouakar's visit to China, reassuring China that when we are taking action on the global stage, we take it with our own interest first as a country, not to please any other person before Liberia's interest, and then people fighting, then we join inside and vote.
Just a final question.
Yeah. So, you see, a visit to the FOCA, to the China Africa Forum, has now got China excited with the new commitment to come do this project. They are in town already. You call the Minister of Public Works, he will tell you the Chinese government don't waste time when they say they want to do something. But when you step on their interest, then you're in problem with them. Now, anytime we want to do anything on the global stage, the first question we should be asking, what's in it for us as a country and people? And if what's in it for us is good as a country and people, if other countries benefit from the trickle-down effect of our vote, okay. But we must never again vote on something that will hate.
Worst country in the whole world. If Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there is no God, I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right. The hardship, you have not seen that hardship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have never experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That is the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force him there. It was a rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. Was forced to be president. So, and the people who connived to do all of this and put him there, right? US.
You mean US, the United States?
If the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's said to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the vehicle like this. They don't know where they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, Syphilis, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that Dr. Ware is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought total transformation to Liberia. That is a man who have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in second term. But they didn't understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. He said Liberia will be 0 in sports. 0. In sports? 0. Oh yeah, go to Nations Cup now. Go to Nations Cup. Let's see. Let me see you Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I'll give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, I'll give your national team $500,000. I promise. Your nations.
I would not know if it's wrong, but one thing that I was not able to accomplish that I wanted to accomplish was after the war, the Liberian people elected me. In fact, the Liberian people elected me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best.
Any other regrets?
The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president.
Session today, sir? Our session was fine. As you see, we didn't have a quorum. We are instituting measures to make sure that the people's business will be done by compelling the members who are not to work. What kind of measures expected to be instituted, sir? Well, it will be any number. I think we will inquire with them. And if we don't have to, if we can't get the requisite number, so the plenary just instructed us that we can use the courts to compel the attendance in accordance with Article 33. We are speculating based on years of experience being here. Circumstances that the speaker are pushed to the wall to resign. Do I not push to the wall? Do I not push to the wall? No, I'm not pushing the wall. Resignation is not an option. The law is what gives us. If they have super majority, they can have the gavel. If they don't have super majority, they have to come under the gavel. Thank you so much.
Article 33 of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, which require the House in session, a minority, to take two actions. One is to gather every day and have the authority to adjourn and to compare the other members to come to session. I move, if I can obtain a second, you get it already. And this House sitting in minority with the backing of Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution, take the necessary legal action to compare the members that have not come to session to come to resign.
But this case, watch the process with you. Speaker, he will never resign.
Your statement was very strong, reflecting the life of Speaker Kofa. That was very strong for you.
He has given us the assurance that we have decided to stay our ground to be behind him. Any attempt for him to resign, your life will be taken.
That's a threat, sir. In what way, sir?
I don't care. Then he shouldn't play for all of us. You cannot allow us to stay behind you. Then you make more all of us. You can't make more all of me. You cannot. And I say my statement. So have they reached a number? No, have they reached a number?
Yeah.
So when you just walk out, you say you get quorum 36, 37. Then you go from your. Is that what the law say? That's man. So.
Let me say hands up to you folks. We are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. Those sound bites, interesting sound bites. This country is an interesting country, and we are certainly getting there. And
It's not strange though. Let me say what's up to all of you and welcome to the program. Face the issues. On the program, Face the Issues. We don't discuss personalities, no, but issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't hear we hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And normally and usually because of the pain that we attend tearing you apart, we just tell you sorry. But that sorry does not carry any indication that indeed we regret our actions. And I'm liking Liberia by the day. You know, leadership is very important in every given society, whether bad or good. It's very important. And leadership is very concerning in every given society. Whether good leadership, bad leadership, or whichever way it is very important for all of us. And I like how Liberians can proceed. I like us all. And I'm very happy. So let me say hats up to all of you. Rita Hart, how you doing? And Abraham S. Dukley, what's up? How's everything to you guys? And Prince Mo Moba, he says he's watching from Arizona, the USA. And Dolo Biapu, Charles Dolo Biapu. And yeah, we are here and we'll continue to say what we can. I know the debates have been all over the place. Everyone had their own logic and reasonings they've put to it. And we are very happy and we like our star. And so we think for sure we are certainly getting there. You can play star 799 star as the code for tonight. And star 799 star 24 hash. Remember, today is just Tuesday, so we go on to our regular and 3,000. You can get that. Then tomorrow is midweek, and we get around the terrain. So like on a Tuesday like this, I will always tell you to raise this, and I get it, win it, and then you keep it for the bigger jackpots as of Wednesday and Thursdays. And I always told you that. So the star 799 star 24 hash. I always told you to take your time to listen to the lecturer or the teacher. Why you would tell you to do that, how you should play. Right? Well, I gave you a specific codes to save just for 2 days. And I told you on Monday, we have the 5,000, which I gave out, especially on the show. And on tomorrow is going to be star 799 star. So the moment you see me on, just know what you're doing so that we get there. But anyway, that is why it is. So I gave you the codes for you to save them so that you can earn some money, people. The people divide money also there. So I lead you by you playing for your own, you're working for a. They just divide money out there. Work for your own and celebrate the success you gain from there, and which is very much good for all of us. So let me say how's up to all of you. It was quite an interesting day today, very stretching day. For many of you Liberians, you are out there watching. But whatever happens at the legislature, though you may have interest in it, but one thing I know for sure is that it had never benefited you. You've always gone to elections and you're putting people at the legislature. And this is where your real problem is supposed to be solved. But when you see the executive telling you that I don't need to fight for lawmakers, I will get lawmakers on my side once I'm president. Look at that kind of theory. You listening to yourself? Well, things happen today. We'll get to that. We'll tell you why. And it's not good for a president to say, I don't need the blah, blah, blah on my side. I can get lawmakers on my side any given point in time. Once I'm the president, I can get any lawmaker anytime. Why am I fighting for? So there will come time in this country will not be fighting. Will you be voting for president? For everybody, lawmaker. Whether you like it or not, you vote for the any kind of way they will go where they want to go. They don't care about party, no party disciplines. But anyway, we're certainly getting there and we'll get there. Welcome, folks. We are right here tonight. Our country, like I said last night, even beginning from Sunday, and even continued on yesterday. And I think for sure we are certainly getting there. And our country is at a crossroad. And I told you what they call crossroads. So the roads are crossing now. You either go this way, you go that way, right? That's why it is crossroads. So it's like you are at an intersection. You are at an intersection. Whichever way you go, that's it. So I remembered my friend, and though he sang this song here, Joe, go, but he said God appeared to him after he sang that song as a praise. Yeah, praise. Yeah, he's supposed to be marrying anytime soon. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to. Yeah, somebody who's supposed to be in according to. Yeah, he's supposed to be marrying anytime soon. So he said he had a dream, and that dream was able to tell him that he saw himself at a crossroad, and there is a road wide that he was taking, which of course it was on the path of Boakai. And I will tell you, any day he shouldn't regret his dream is a reality. It doesn't matter what may have happened. It doesn't matter what the receptions were. His dreams were a clear, broad day reality. He said he had a dream. And that was when he got a second thought and said, no, though I sang this song about we are go, but I think the honor is upon me from what I've seen so far to just give my support. I don't need anything from we are, just to tell him that I'm supporting. He did do a song, and of course, in support of him as well, prior to the final election. So he said he saw the broad road, very big, broad, he was going. And then he met somebody who told him, said, no, the road you are going on here, as clear as it is, you have to go right back. This road will end up the bad place. You got to go. I know where you want to go. Turn around and go the other way around. That small road, create a path and then go through. What you are looking for is on that path, but you got to create a path. How he came and said that. So it's very good, and the realities are there. Whether some of you want to go up, you come down, you won't say anything, is up to you. We don't have time. God is at work. You know, we the children of God, we are not moved. We are the true children of God. Whether you like it or not, you won't go anywhere in your business. We are the true children of God. We are the descendants of Abraham, Father Abraham. So we are the true children of God. We are not moved by what the word thinks or says. We are always moved by what God tells us to do. So we are very happy that we are here and working together. We don't care about what the word chases. No, we don't care about that. We care about what God wants us to do. So we think for sure. The code for tonight's Solomon is Diagba. Diagba is *799 *24 hash. Play that. All right, so that is it. Tonight, first of all, before we can set the basis, I know you all want to hear from us, and a couple of things I will tell you, which are very much important. Today, God is God, and we are very grateful to the Almighty God for any and everything. So let me lay the basis, then I will be able to call in my junior brother, and Winston Bladden, who covers the national legislature, so that he can tell us where he left it. Because there were two sides today, and one group, they say the other group are 43. I don't know how is that. Then they say the other group at 30. The Fonatikova group, they were 30 today. Then the other group, they were 43. And I'm hearing from Winston that he's saying that the two groups need 7-7 for them to be empowered to take the actions respectively they want to take. Fonatikova is looking for the numbers so that he can preside. The other group looking for the number so that they can remove him. Now, which is very much important for both. Now, Fonatikova is relying heavily on the rules of the house to proceed. Now, for these other people, they need to work in compliance with the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia so that they can proceed, from what I'm understanding. So a lot more will be said, and we think for sure when these things are happening, it's not about the noise, it's about the education you get from it. Because some of you can go replace these people. You look, you are poised by the power vested in me by the Almighty God. I declare that some of you seeing the foolishness of these people, just get ready and start preparing yourself. You are on the verge of going to replace these people. Anytime, it may be 2029, they may either die anytime soon or whatever it is, but you are going to replace them anytime soon. Because things can happen any kind of way. Why you're not led for people to tell you the God fair through in this country here? People can move from power some kind of way. Either you get sick, you move from there, or you die, you move from there, or you are impeached, you move from there, or you wait for election, they move you from there. Several other ways. They say you can kill the cat. I know they say what? They say the cat can die. What kind of way? Several other ways, right? Yeah. They say the cat can die several other ways. These people, they can die any other way. Either they get sick, they move from there, or they die, they move from there, or they impeach them, they move from there, or they wait 2029, the real time they move from there. Some kind of way, any kind of way they can die. Why you don't want to that one there when people be talking about it? Why you let to take life to be playing fun with life when God provide all the options are available for these people? They can die. What else is that? So you never know. Pray. If it is by means of their sickness that you will replace them, you don't know if God want to operate. Who are you to can't stop God from operating any kind of way? If that means of their death that you will go there to go replace them, who knows? Look, God works in mysterious ways. Me, and I get up. I can be talking to you, I can say, oh, AB. Me in this country. I'm somebody who I talk things as I see it, and I know that those are the possibilities. So death is an inevitable option that anybody can get. You can, what they call you can greet you or you greet it. Two other ways. You either greet death or death greets you, or sickness, whatever it is. So they are there today. So what a big deal about that? That's not an issue. You know. No, they didn't say Valley Kawa said, is there so many ways to kill a cat or rat? These students don't want to confuse me tonight. And I God, this country is an interesting country. But anyway, we are certainly getting there, and we are forever grateful to the Almighty God. I thought I want to put you in a why did men just talk about all kinds of things? No, I'm saying your part them on die, but it is possible. Even are we here? Anything can happen to anybody. Anytime. Why you don't want to hear that one? So what else is that one then? Everybody can want to go. By the way, let's leave that. But that is what happened today. But prior to that, strange things happen. The laws of our land is broken by the day. And I will tell you where we are reaching now. So you saw huge police presence at the legislature. It was not the Fonati faction that called the police people there. From what I understand, from the modus operandi, or the kind of way the operations of the state and so forth, and they will go on. Normally, the sergeant at arms through the office or leadership of the legislature will write the justice ministry if they feel any threat or so forth, and then see to it that they invite the presence of police for protection purpose. It was not the case. This time, the renegade group, they're the ones started assuming authority. They wrote the justice ministry. And instead of them working in line with the leadership of the House that is still legit, the Justice Minister yielded to that communication. And the Justice Minister referenced it to the Police Director. The Police Director sent those security programs to protect the renegade group, the rebel group. Today, there were voices among military men, AFL men, AFL, what? They said today they were planning to discharge firearms and they were going to shoot people on site today. That was their plan. This whole thing here is not about running a sound country anymore. It's not about good governance anymore. This whole country now is not normal. So if you think you're waiting for normal day, or because things not normal now in this country. So let me tell you something. Things not normal. There's nothing that happening normally now in this country. No. Everything you see happening now is abnormal. That was their plan. So the police presence down there, they went there unusually, not through the normal procedure. Everything is in procedural error. The country, from the day one that I knew that Joseph Boakai started breaking all the laws, I knew that that's how we're just going to continue in this country. Nobody will respect any laws in this country. Nobody will respect any laws in this country. So basically, this is what happened today. Now you can sense clearly, but this thing will go foul. Everything will end up with Fonati, you'll wash out. You're not ending with Fonati. I know what they are already aiming at. I know what they are aiming at. You see, Fonati had been one person who had been standing in their way, and they don't like it. It's beyond this. So most often you will see these things all of the time. So we are here and we'll continue to guide you towards them. So we think for sure, no matter what it is, you will not understand the context in which it is done. But we will avail this information to you. If our lying people, and you see the military presence all in the streets, or you're telling a lie, when I be talking about thing, you know, you will get to understand this country. The military presence in the street, the combined effort of the military, AFL living from the barrack, coming outside, you see police people, all those trash that you see all in the streets, it speaks to insecurity of the state. And things are no longer normal. So learn to understand that as we are going on. So that was how you saw the police today checking people. They want to see ID cards. They want to see SYZ, blah, blah, blah. So they send the police in front with gun so that they will have started the shooting. Then the military people will come to John to go do bad thing too. But all the kind of thing that what they plan, that what you see and thing, they're doing operation days that they're passing around, say they're doing training, that they all plan there. Because they know where to come from. They want to come from Pinsville. They use the 72nd route. All the area that you see, they say they built 10, they drink training, that's so trash. That's all, that the whole strategy there. That whole operation, I know 7 or operation waiting, that's what they wanted to do. That's what they want to do. But anyway, we are certainly getting there. And there is nothing that they will play in this country that we will not get. And this country is at a crossroad. What happened today was very touching. And I'm coming to say some things tonight. I'll put your security people together for me. I'm coming to say some things tonight. Your country here is for all of us. And we deserve every right to live peacefully in this country. So anything that threatens the existence of that peace will never be silent on it. We stand by the people. We're going to stand with them, not just by them, but with them. And we are going to work together. Let me call Winston Blading. Let him tell me his Banner FM station manager. Let him tell me what really happened today. You know, I was not there. I was passing and I was in court. I was doing my day lawyer team passing around. Then one lawyer can bother with me. I know the lawyer, and someone don't get respect for that. How you see me in court, you be talking about politics? They tell you say that cohort politics, they tell you say we are going to court. Anybody who sees me in the street and you see me in the court, yeah, you bring politics around me, I will make you shame. You can be working on scene or whatever. And look, that's not area to discuss politics. That's the legal ground. So you'll learn that today. I don't let for people to be misbehaving. And so then they say right here on this very die, and we are certainly getting there. So let me get to Winston. I did say that I was going to call him so that I can hear from him as well. And we are certainly getting there. And with God, all things are possible. Right? Good. So let me get to him. Let him explain what really happened. Where are we? And we see that things are really getting somehow. But again, let me just get to him so that we can hear from him. Then we'll start the conversation the way we ought to start it and give you our perspective on what unfolded today. Winston Blading, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing so great. Great to have you on, my man. Your voice sounds so stressful as though I remember, you know, I myself, I was in the courtroom and I had a trial and I saw your call. When you call it, is AB, you just cut off one important live just now. I said, sorry. I said, okay. All right, Winston, great to have you on the program. Face the issue tonight.
Thank you so kindly, sir.
Okay, great. So let's go on. You are one of the toughest and, of course, foremost and always piercing true legislative reporter you cut across, always talking to all and no matter what it is. I wasn't there. People were not there, but they heard it and they know exactly what was unfolding. But they, up to now, don't understand from their own lenses what really it is that unfolded today at the National Legislature. Though it was anticipated that something was going to happen, but what happened and how did it happen? To bring that to their understanding is the purpose for which I call you here tonight. Please, Mr. Blading, tell us what happened at the legislature today.
So if you even follow my podcast this morning, we predicted it. I have been around at the legislature for about 13 years. I was there when the snow was removed. I was also there when Alex Carlo was removed as speaker as well. They both bodies seems to be very, very strong. According to the horses rules and procedure, to remove the speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives, you will have to get 39 men and women of that body to stand out, face the speaker in the Honorable House of Representatives in the chambers. The chambers is the official place where sessions and number of businesses are conducted under the rules and procedures of the Honorable House of Representatives. There is something I play now as we speak. And you know, biblically, the number 7 is playing our politics today. Speaker Kofa means exactly 7 to join him to constitute a quorum and conduct normal working activities for the Honorable House of Representatives. While on the other hand, the surrogate lawmakers, they need 7 to add up to what they call 42 to remove Speaker Kofa. In the past, Mr. Godson Wayne, speakers have not been removed constitutionally. They have been coerced to resign. And I can put a challenge to you. By the time you shall have opened your telephone lounge this evening. The only thing you're going to hear from Liberians is that in the interest of our country, let the speaker recuse himself so the Liberian people work can go on. That is, and the only reason why they'll be saying it, because they don't have that constitutional numbers. In the past, like the case of Snow, like the case of Alex Taylor, they resigned, but constitutionally, they were never removed on grounds that external forces, like the international communities, the diplomatic missions, the Liberia Council of Churches. And the reason why you see Alex Taylor was very stubborn. The Alex Taylor battle was one of the speakers removal show that lasted for about 3 months on Capitol Hill. He fought. Cash was given. At that time, they later referred to as a political Maradona of our country. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who understands politics in our country, played her own game. Lawmakers were induced, money, vehicle was given, etc., etc. So now, you and I will be the one that will suffer AAV. The ordinary people will be the one that will suffer. Remember, we have the budget. The draft budget for 2025 should be hitting the flow of the Honorable House of Representatives. I say so because constitutionally, they say every revenue bill derives from the Honorable House of Representatives. So that draft national budget should be hitting the flow of the Honorable House of Representatives. But it will not come. Even if it is there, it is being presented by the executive to the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. They cannot deliberate on a budget. The reason is very simple, because there will be no numbers. Kofa just named, or Speaker Kofa just named 25 men to stand with him, committed men who will say, we stand with you to the break of dawn, no matter what. Whether Atlantic Ocean, in the middle of the fire, we're going to stand with you, no matter what, we'll be with you to the end of the time. He just names 25. But as we speak, 18 were in session today. The Honorable President Copper was never in session, but she withdrew her senator that she previously signed with the anti-Copper group. Then we also have Honorable Jerry Yobo, who should be hitting the country tonight or early tomorrow morning, and that too is expected to join Speaker Copper and others at the Honorable House of Representatives on Thursday. That's going to make them somewhere around 32, 33. So as we speak, serious lobbying is going on. It is possible that people can leave the speaker camp. It is also possible that people can leave the camp of the anti-speaker group as well. So that's where we find ourselves. Constitutionally, no speaker, Tyler Snow, has been removed, but due to international pressure. And people who participated in the removal of speaker in the past, they are members of those who are part of the anti-Scopa group, like the likes of Samuel Koga, this District 2 lawmaker, Sekou Kone, and others. Yeah. So they believe that by pressuring Speaker Kofa, I send you a few clips. The one from the speaker, if you can play I asked the speaker, I said, I've been around for a very long time. I know that speaker have been pushed to the wall to resign, compares to resign. The U.S. embassy, other people will come in. Have you been pushed to the wall? He responded to me by saying, doesn't look at somebody who is pushed to the wall. Resignation is not part of my plan as we speak. You can play that again.
Yeah, I did play and I'll play again. Yeah.
As we speak, maybe there are two things. Either the anti-Scopa group, they go and push, get the 39.
They say 49 or 39.
I mean 49.
Okay.
Thank you. Or Speaker Kofa can continue to go to sessions when there is no quorum. Remember, this issue of no quorum, it has happened before. It's not the first time. When there is no quorum in lawmaker, we not conduct session. And we have always carried in the news. So it's not a strange thing. The only thing that lawmakers have refused to come to work, because you get the speaker and the deputy speaker coronate presiding. Today you saw Speaker Kofa and you also saw Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala. Now, the fact is that we're going to play is the anti-Spokopa group wrote the speaker through the acting chief clerk of that body, mandating Deputy Speaker Fala to appear and conduct regular business within 48 hours. Now, the drama going to be like where Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala leave and go join the anti-speaker group to conduct session. Maybe it's another thing, but they have given him 48 hours to do so. So that's exactly what we found ourselves. It's either Speaker Kofa bow to pressure that will come from the international community, and other people are saying, in the interest of our country, I resign, or remain stubborn, get him men behind him, get him constitutional backing, and say to them, I cannot resign till you put on the 49 members of the Honorable House of Representatives who can muster the courage to come against me, which I foresee it is not possible, Eddie.
So, Winston, I'm seeing here this communication that was sent to Thomas Fala, addressed to Thomas Fala. Okay, and it says here, subject invocation of Horse Rule 1 and Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution for legislative section. Now, the guys are citing Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution, and they're talking about the horses' rules as well, 12 and so forth. That's why they are looking at what others are using as reliance Article 49 of the Liberian Constitution that speaks to the removal of a speaker and so forth. Where are we going with all of these rules?
No, the only reason why you see it is happening because it is something that is in the House of Representative rules and procedures. But if you look at the Article 33 that was quoted, they left something out of it. They made mention of quorum. But on the other hand, they say the minority can prevail on the majority to come into session, which of course that lies in the purview of the speaker now as we speak. Now, the speaker on Thursday, if members of that body refuses to come to session, the speaker can decide to run to the Supreme Court to pray for a writ of mandamus against them. Another option could be to write the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, asking them that they hold hot to the salaries and benefit, etc. You just name it, entitled to them as well. So what they are doing now is that to put fear. But if the deputy speaker, who is the doyen of that body, can choose to stand with the speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives and other members, I can say to you, Eddie, that they can come up with that 49 members in a resolution. They are fighting on their battle. Or Speaker Kofa can be recorded in history of resigning due to pressure, but not constitutional removal.
Wow. And Article 33, as they are mentioning here, says...
Just on the Constitution and read the whole place.
No, I'm reading Article 33.
There's another part of it.
Yeah, it says, but a lower, the other part left out was, but a lower number may adjourn from day to day and compel the attendance of the absent members. That is what has been mentioned there. So they say whenever the House of Representatives and the Senate shall meet, okay, let's leave that one. It has to do with whenever they both meet. But let's come to the simple majority of each house shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. But a lower number may adjourn from day to day and compel the attendance of absent members. What do you understand?
Yeah?
No.
That on Thursday, Speaker Kofa and his 30 men, even if they don't reach the number of 37 to constitute a quorum, and once he is there, the deputy is there, everybody, they can adjourn. They can adjourn. It means they can go there Thursday, they will adjourn. They will go there next week, Tuesday, they will adjourn and no quorum. They will go there the following Thursday, and you just name it. That's what's going to happen. That's what I say is you and I, the Liberian people business, going to be come to a complete sense to the budget, all of rectification in the what to be done about our country is going to come to a complete standstill as we speak, except one person decide to give in. It's either the people who are behind the speaker betray him by leaving, or the other group decide to put aside the differences and join the police in the Honorable House of Representatives.
You struck a key point concerning the budget, a key instrument that must and should, no matter what, shall and I commence from the lower house before going to the Senate. And about time like this, you've been at the legislature. Can there be signs that the budget could be hitting and the flows of the legislature or the speaker's office about time like this, because we have December and around the corner? What are your readings?
Definitely by this week or next week, because the budget is set to come in this month. It will take November, December for deliberation, because there's going to be public hearing, the revenue aspect of it, and the expenditure aspect of the budget as well. So it's not something that is going to be passed with a full deal. There was a whole lot of work to be done on the budget, ranging from the submarine, ministry lines and agency. You have the revenue aspect to be in the closed door, the expenditure aspect coming for public hearing. It's a huge work to be done. But from the look of things, the speaker is still the speaker. Even if the executive decide to bring the budget tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or early Monday morning, it will be placed on the agenda. But the $1 million question is, can it be deliberated upon? No, because there will be no quorum.
There will be no quorum.
Yeah.
I like that. There will be no quorum. And so Thursday is another tested woman day again. We look forward to seeing.
Exactly.
And what could be the readings?
Yeah, what happened today will be repeated on Thursday. Except Speaker Cooper and his team, we have to strategize to go and fishing for the opposing group, or the opposing group can decide to go and fishing from the speaker block. That's what's going to happen. Super 7 is what they are looking for now. That number 7. Anyone who gets 7, trust me, they win the match.
Super 7. So currently, the renegade group, the anti-Kofa, as you call them, how many are they?
Today, they were counted as 35.
Okay.
But they added some of the police who believe that have signed the resolution and were never in session, because they read the resolution, they read the signatures that they got there, and they were never in session today, but they recorded 42. But people who were there, journalists who were there, they were actually 35. And what they're looking for now, AB, is called super majority. That's what it means.
So 35 plus 7 will take them straight to the numbers.
That's to the number that they name. Because they added people who they say have signed the resolution, but they were never in session today.
Wow. But if you get 35, and then you put 7, you will just get 42. And 49 is needed to remove.
I agree. But they recorded 42 today.
Oh.
They added people who were never part of them but believe they signed the resolution, but they were never in session.
Okay.
So when you add that 7 to that 42, it gives you 49.
So should Kofa resign? And let me play Kofa's voice. I think is here.
So before we go, AB, the $1 million question we should ask ourselves, and all of us be looking up to, with the deputy speaker John, the surrogate lawmaker. And the deputy speaker in the case need to be very careful. Do you remember what happened to Hans Bashu?
Yeah.
Hans Bashu was used to go against Starter and presided in the very chambers that the surrogate lawmakers were in today. At the end of the day, he thought they were going to make him speaker, and they kicked him out of the picture. He never returned to session till he got re-elected. So he needs to be very careful. The deputy needs to be very careful on how these issues will be handled as well.
Wow. Thank you for your enlightenment. We appreciate your expert opinion on this issue as a journalist who have extensive coverage of the national legislature.
Thank you.
We highly appreciate that. Thank you. She's Winston Blading and of Banner FM. They're citing everything we can. Now we are at a crossroad. And like I said, you just need to understand some things. But let's listen to Fonati Kofa today, like he said, and whether he is contemplating about resignation. He said resignation is not an option. I did play that, but it was in a teaser portion. So let's listen to him again so that we go on with our analysis.
Welcome to the media. How was session today, sir?
Well, session was fine. As you see, we didn't have a quorum. And we are instituting measures to make sure that the people's business will be done by compelling the members who are not to work.
What kind of measures expected to be instituted, sir?
Well, it will be any number. I think we will inquire with them. And if we don't have to, if we can't get a requisite number, so the plenary just instructed us that we can use the courts to compel attendance in accordance with Article 33.
We are speculating based on years of experience being here. Circumstances that the speaker are pushed to the wall to resign.
To our no push to the wall. To our no push to the wall. No, I'm not pushing the wall. Resignation is not an option. The law is what gives us. If they have super majority, they can have the gavel. If they don't have super majority, they have to come under the gavel.
Thank you so much, Honorable Kofa.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so that is Fonati Kofa. He said if they get the numbers, yeah, then of course. But if they don't, then they have to come honor the gavel. So that gavel is in his hand. So he said resignation is not an option. So meaning he's not even contemplating resignation. If he says he will not resign, and like Winston Blading rightfully said, all the removal sagas were done as a result of interventions that were made from the outside to say, look, you have this, your friends, the majority don't want to work with you again, though the law is on your side, but in terms of the numbers that will legitimize your stay, and you have to just go. Please, we beg you for the sake of the country. Now, who will have to put the country's interest first if such proposal were to go to Fonati Kofa, even when his colleagues try their best but could not get the numbers according to the law governing their body to remove him. So like they said, and Tala resigned, Snow resigned, and Fonati is saying for him, it is not an option. So there are others who are saying as well and so forth. And let me listen to this brother of mine. I hardly want to hear him, but on this occasion, let's hear him. Let's hear him out.
People have been eyes to resign. But this case, watch the process and see.
Speaker resign.
He will never resign.
Your statement was very strong, threatening the life of Speaker Kofa. That was very strong for you.
He has given us the assurance that we have decided to stay our ground to be behind him. Any attempt for him to resign, he'll never be taken.
That's a threat, sir. In what way, sir?
I don't care. Then he shouldn't play for all of us. You cannot allow us to stay behind you. Then you make more all of us. You can make more all of me. You cannot. And I say my statement. So have they reached a number? No, have they reached a number?
Yeah.
So when you just walk out, you say you get quorum, 36, 37. Here you go from your. Is that what the Lord said?
Okay, so that's it. That's Yaka Koloba, and you just listen to him, and we think for sure we are certainly getting there. But what are you reading as ordinary people? The interview with Winston and so forth. I did listen to Samuel Koga today, and Koga said something, and this is exactly what this country is. Koga said, the law you people talking about, when it comes to that house, we don't follow the laws. We are lawless, and we do anything we want to do. And I said, wow, this is very scary. These are the people making the laws. They craft their own rules. They break their own laws. They break everything along the way. And the court had never, ever given them that way. All the times that matters have gone to the court, it had never favored them. They've only used the numbers. Now, that number, is it helping the country? Has it been helping the country? So these are things that you got to look at and see for yourself where we are as a people. They have their rules. They have their rules. But that rule stays. In fact, let's look at the hierarchy of laws, right? So you have the statute, which is beneath the Constitution. So the Constitution comes first. The Constitution comes first. That's the first thing that comes in the hierarchy of laws. So the Constitution comes first. So anything you're talking about, any other thing that comes from under the Constitution, it should be something in line with the Constitution. Once it does not work in line with the Constitution, that other law there in our law. So let's agree. The Constitution satisfies them, mention them, capture them there. Then they get their own rules that also satisfy them at their levels. So they talk about their rules. Now, there's communication I was writing to Thomas Fowler. Let me read the portion because they said they are invoking this rule, the Constitution. And rule 2, I don't know what their rule 2 is, but I tried to search for it. I'll get it. So that is what they said here. They said invocation. They are invoking the horses rule and Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution. Yeah. I don't know which one they call 1 and horses rule and 1 and I don't know what other Article 1 they are talking about. They say all power is inherent in the people. The one that they belong to you. That's what they take now. They carry now. They say all power is inherent in the people. Blah, blah, blah. They take that one, they put it there. Now the renegade group operating like this. The lawbreakers. They were operating like this. They grab Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution. The one that belongs to you. That is reserved and left with you. That you're supposed to use to even take them from power. Because it says that all power is inherent in the people. All free governments are instituted by their authority. The whole article here, it references the citizens. It's not got anything to do with lawmakers. It is that thing the citizens can use to burn the lawmakers out of it. So the citizens can normally use this to say, look, we the people, we shall have such right at any period in such manner as provided under the Constitution to cause a public servant to leave office and left with y'all, the people. It not get anything to do with the lawmakers. This article is reflective, clear, plain language is for the citizens to use. Now, because they want to do rudeness, they want to misbehave, they grab that and say they're using their horse rule, Article 1 and Article 33 of the Constitution. So they grab the one that belongs to you people, which you're not using, because and see, that's a problem. Because you're not using it, the people have abrogated it upon themselves and say, look, we'll take that thing that the Liberian people want to use against us. Let us use it against other people. That article here, Article 1, it is for you to use. It's not for them. When they say all power is inherent in the people, that means the legislative power, the executive power, the judicial power, any other power. All of the other power they're going to use, they say the real power. They say it is what inherent in the people. That means it's born out of you. That's what they call inherent. When they say inheritance, right? When you talk about my father inheritance. Have you heard about that before? Right, your father inheritance. So there's that inheritance. You inherited this from your father. That means you got it from out of it. So all the power that they enjoy, the legislative power, the executive power, the judicial power, all those powers, they inherited it. The inheritance of those power is rested in you people. That's what they say. All power is inherent in the people. They for you. But they're taking it to go use it because you don't want to use it on them. So as a result, they will use it on you. Good. So, according to them, they are using this, right? They say Article 33 as well. So let's look at this and Article 33 of the Sunday data. They want to put there, they say single majority of e-horse shall constitute a quorum for transaction of business. They stop right there. And they say they finish quoting the rules. Article 33. They say they finish with it. But what does Article 33 say? We are in lecture series now tonight because those are the rules they are using. And so it's important that we discuss that, right? Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution, this is what it says here. Let me try to put it up so that you get it as we move on here tonight, right here on this die. And let me see here. That is it. And let me see here. What do we do? Okay, Article 33 is here. I think you're seeing it live, right? They say a simple majority, Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution says. That's what they are quoting as well. They said their horses rule and that of the aspect of their horse rule, they never quoted it that Article 33 they stress here. So let's agree in their communication to Thomas Fowler as basis for which Thomas Fowler should leave from there to go join them. They are citing Article 33 and Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution. Misquoted. I don't know. Why would people be at that level and they're very much dumbfounded? They don't have sense. They don't have logic. They are foolish in their thoughts. They don't know how to source laws to give them backing. They jump up. You won't break the law, break it. Forget about citing law. Just break anything. You got to cite law because you already want to break laws. So don't can cite something that does not give you the backing. So that is what they said. They would have came here and they started a business. You saw in their communication to Thomas Fowler? They stopped here. They said a simple majority of each house shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. So since they were 35, they called themselves simple majority. They stopped right there, boom. They didn't go further. How you will be using the law in parts? Where that one works. You got to use the whole law. When you want to start the law, use the whole law. Because the other party that are coming from the other side, they will use the other part that you're leaving out to attack you. Now your lawmaker in this country that say they get sense. That in there. Margot Thomas, you went to law school. I don't know which one of them among them say they went to law school or whatever. Did he post serious communication? I don't want to believe that Margot Thomas saw that. Margot Thomas, you're just a young graduate. You just come from and I research something. Anyway, they money business, they law making thing. Anyway, in people here they can forget about some roots. Anyway, but at least expected this from them. Because the very laws we talk about here and there can pass through their fingers. So I expect them as lawmakers, they will be able to have some understanding of the laws that they make. So they left it there. They said, but a lower number may adjourn from day to day to compel the attendance of absent members. So who does this benefit? Is the legitimate authority. The legitimate authority, one, so in the case of COFA now, COFA does not have that simple majority. Right? They say simple majority of each house shall. They should conduct it. But if that leadership does not have that simple majority to conduct it, what do? Which of course will be the lower number. What do? That simple majority have to not them. It does not benefit them. It benefits the leadership that is still in power. Because they themselves, they know that they haven't removed Fonati yet. Why you think they addressed Thomas Fowler as the deputy speaker? They haven't removed Fonati yet. So this constitution, the constitution protects legitimate authorities. The constitution does not protect people who have not come under the club of the constitution to be protected. The protection in this constitution, the reference in this constitution is not for them. It is for Fonati. It is Fonati who was constitutionally elected. So the constitution is still protecting him to tell him, say, look, Fonati and that of Nyomlikanga Lawrence, each simple majority of each one of the horses that you're leading can constitute a quorum. But to conduct business, but any lower number than that, you may adjourn on a day to day. It does not even tell you and I day to day, really. So somebody was saying, oh yeah, when they adjourn 5 times, no, it's that from day to day. But again, nobody wants to store the progress of the country that you have one day and what they call you adjourn one day. No, the constitution. First of all, I just want for you to understand that the very law that they quote here does not protect them. It is not for them. It's for legitimate authority. You must first be born out of the constitution. So constitutionally, they elected COFA. The constitution is now protecting COFA, not them, because COFA is still a speaker. So they Article 33 for COFA, enough for them. So why would they say that what they want to go use? To say that the guy simple, no, that simple majority enough for them. Where they have gone, they have considered as absentees. The constitution understands them to be absentees. So it is not absentees that indeed the constitution has given right to the legit authority in Fonati COFA to tell you, say, look, Mr. Fonati COFA or the speaker or the pro tem, you may adjoin. But a lower number may adjoin. In fact, it even say may. It's even optional. You need constitutional interpretation, in fact, may adjoin. The words, you get shall here, you get may here. May adjourn from day to day and compel the attendance of the absent member. That means you must force them to come. You see that? You must compel them to come. So why they even got to start there in the first place when it does not belong to them? So that leave that one. That leave that other one. Let's go to Article 49. Let's agree. Good. This and everything has to do with procedures in their own rules. Is there? So I take you to the next one that has to do with Article 49 of the Liberian Constitution. Good. So let me take you to Article 49, which speaks to the removal of the Article 49. Okay, so Article 49 is here. The one speaks to removal. So Article 49 is right there and speaks to removal. It tells you here. So while 33 then they're passing around here, and then the Constitution again came to them to tell them, say, you know what? The House of Representatives shall elect once every 6 years a speaker who shall be the presiding officer of that body, or deputy speaker and such other officers as shall ensure the proper functioning of the House. The speaker, the deputy speaker, and all other officers so elected may be removed from office for a cause by resolution of 2/3 majority of the members of the House. Now, the reason why you see the procedure for due process come there is for a cause. Anytime you see they say cause, that means due process. But if the cause were not to be there, they say may be removed from office by resolution. Look, guy who have just collected 49, and they just collected 49, go sit down anywhere and tell you, say, we have the resolution, Mr. Speaker, you are removed. That cause that there, they must be able to prove it, because cause is not just assumed. No. Once you tell the presidency there is a cause, that cause must be something. So I think that is where it is, and we are seeing all of these things. But all these things don't favor these guys. But you see this country, you keep playing with that star 7 and star. You want eat more money, You want eat more money, you want eat plenty money. Star 7 and star. Yeah, star 7 and star 24 hash. That's the code to play tonight. And I think many of you are asking for it, and I'm getting it to you. Let me tell you something. Yeah, Kevin G. Allen, you are 100% right. There is no law in this country. And let me tell you something. You Liberian people, you sit there, the people you make, the people you create, the people you form, they are breaking all of the laws. And you sit there and you are lied. For people like Koga then to sit down and tell that the law are us, we like it, we break it. I agree with him 100%. That you're these citizens ain't gonna be jumping with the people. If you were to just wake up, there's one of the test questions they gave us during the exams we took. There was this story, there was this scenario. We call that scenario. There's this scenario about this man who was once a criminal, and he went to court. They free him. He served his sentence, and then they free him. He went to register to contest in the election representing his constituency. So the scenario says, this man, the man woke up and went in a constituency. The people in his constituency, a constitutional law question. The people in his constituency, they decided to protest that they will not allow him to represent them. He will not contest. He will not do this. Anywhere he passing, they need disturbing him all over. That he would not. He try he go to neck to go do whatever, to go register them, blah, blah, blah. They will burn down his heart. They threaten him. They say, despite the man, though the man has served his sentence and all, that convict, the man has served his sentence and all. You know, all those things. Then, the Pope blocked it. Then he went to court. Then the question was, does he have any remedy at law? So, in that instance, I know you would think that, yeah, the man get right. Why the citizen must stop him? That the man constitutional right to go and participate in election. Why they must be protesting all over the place and say the man will not contest, the man not this, that, the man not representing them, the man will never represent them, blah, blah, blah. Other people will say, but if they want to do that, why they can't go to the ballot box to go do X, Y, Z? That's what some people will be thinking, right? So they will say the infringing on the man right? But when you go carry that kind of conflict to the court will understand it in a political doctrine. They will put it in the context of a political doctrine, right? It is the right of the people to determine who will represent or not, then or not. So, why if for your record, the people say they don't want to see you in the community, you can carry anybody to court for not wanting you to go represent them. You can't carry anybody to court for that one. You see what the political, it is your right. It is the people's right to determine. That's what Article 1 says. They reserve all that right to form. They like it, they remove anybody they like it. They want you to go. They can do whatever they want to do. You can't take them to court for that one. So the man went to court explaining that indeed the infringement. So these people that you are saying here, look, one day, you don't need to even go for impeachment. You don't need to go for impeachment. Let's say, for instance, Michael Thomas or Clarence Garr or Abba Jones. You just need to have a bunch of people in the district consistently that will tell you, Mr. Abba Jones, if you don't resign in so and so period, they're not going to go for impeachment because it will not work. You're telling say if you don't resign in so and so period, we know exactly where your property, we know what we will take necessary action against you in this district here. Yeah? When a man knows that the entire district against him and they don't want to see him at all, and wherever he goes, they get people planted, chasing them all over. That man will go sue money and resign and say, I want the people joy again. That man need to go rest. Get a more Mura woman. Mura woman say, oh, I need resting now. That kind of pressure. You either choose to go with impeachment. Since their friend in there, they will not allow that impeachment to go. You can rather yourself. In a Samuel Koga then say they can break any law anytime. You don't have to hey, all power is inherent in the people. You don't have to wait. You can sit down in that your district. And all of your muster the courage say you will never step in this office here, you. And you say that the district office here will dare you to come in the district office. The day you pass it anywhere will stone you. I'm not saying you should go do bad thing. I'm just saying you don't do bad thing you're leading. But I just try to tell you that when people come up and say they want to break the law, anyway they want to break it, and they don't have the power to just break it. But if they say they want to break it anyhow, yeah, the citizens to deserve their right to tell us, say, we don't want for you to go represent all again. We want for you to come down. We want for you to resign. Calling for people resignation is also a political action. You can impeach, you can call for step down. Look, there are several other ways you can take government or you can take your representatives from power. There are countries where they have gone, they didn't go impeach president. They went and told the president, say, we're not going home unless you resign. That president was forced to resign. Was it impeachment? No. That political action. That the same people who make you, they say, no, for all, we're not going to go do impeachment thing. We are telling you step down. If you don't step down, we're not going home. That's what people do. But you're getting people here passing around and doing a lot of trash all of the time, and then you're allowing it to just flow. And that's why they are doing what they are doing. So let's now come to the Fonati situation. Like you say, it's not an option. Who it will benefit the more? If the entire country is locked down, Fonati says you will not resign. Right? And like Winston says, Fonati just need about 25% or 30%. Like a 30%, he keep that group. And they don't have the 49 to move in from there. He is still speaker. That they the ones supposed to come to session. He not supposed to go to them. Because the Constitution in Article 33 protects him, not them. So that a simple majority, once it is not a legitimate simple majority, it does not hold for a quorum. If that simple majority was to fall in Fonati's camp, it was going to be a legit simple majority that was going to be covered by the Constitution. You know why the maxim of law that says he who comes with equity must come with clean hands? They say anytime you are going to the law, to go ask the law to be on your side, wash your own hands first and see whether your hand clean before you can go to the law. But you can't finish slapping John Brown already, then you run to the court and say, oh, I can't let John Brown complain for slapping me. No. He who seeks or asks for equity, you must come with clean hands. Did you slap a man? No, my own hand clean. That man your hand dirty. Good. That's how you can operate. So next Thursday, we are going again. The country is at a crossroad. Fonati resignation, if there will be any, I don't think Fonati will even stay there to even be representative. Because it's too disgraceful, it's too terrible. The hands that are beyond these things, they are bigger politics that are at hand, and we Liberian people, we are about to suffer. Those of you who are celebrating your own sufferings, you were under the reign for your own sufferings. You were under the reign for poverty. We saw you under the reign for poverty during the course of the election. Again, this is another stage. You are again celebrating or supporting the backwardness of this country as a result of what's unfolding. It's all about them and not you. There is nothing in it for you. They have taken everything away from you. They are not representing you. They are not respecting you. They don't care about how you feel. They don't consult you. They don't think about anything but themselves. So this fight that you're about to face or feel is about them and not you. Will Fonati back down? Or do you people support him to stand his ground? Yeah. So that's where we are tonight, right here on this diet. So let's get to the lines, interact with you tonight, right here on this very diet. So you can keep doing your stuff, and let me see whether I can do a few draws now. And for my people, we're getting 3,000 here. I'm gonna put on the red BB for me this time. No problem, we'll get there. Get draw for one person already. So let's get to the lines and interact with your callers, and we are setting. With God, all things are possible. Good. So we are certainly getting there. The drama you watched today, what's your take on it? What are you thinking? Where do you see our country going as we speak? It's up to you to tell what you saw and how do you assess it. The law is the law. Any attempt for the Speaker Kofa to resign because of a legal process, then he's not a lawyer or a legal person. This is from Jeremiah B. Yogan. And Matthew Churuple says the VP knows this, that Sleepy Joe can make decision on his own. So the VP is doing everything to remove Speaker Kofa so he can bring someone that will pass a bill for the removal of PMB. That is going to happen very soon. Okay, and Shedrick Flomo says every rule of law in this country has been broken by this government under JMB. So there's nothing there again. So forth. And let me come here and let me come to Presley Griffey. Presley says, I think this process is more a political process than constitutional because to the Speaker Emeritus Talot, but the Speaker can also make them present, and if they refuse to come to say, I don't know what he's saying. But anyway, let's get to the lines. And Elena Wilson says the UP government wants to shut down, and we don't care. The law have to be the law. So let's get to the lines. Our callers right here on this very time. We certainly getting there. Let me get to this first caller. Hello, how are you doing quickly?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
Okay, you see what we see today.
Your name, please.
My name is Aaron Towa, calling you from the Western Banasville.
All right, Aaron.
What we see today is what will happen tomorrow. I know there are some representatives in the House. They say they are for CDC, but they have another jacket on their coat. So I don't see why CDC must worry about the removal of the speaker. Reason being that there are different motives. Come 2029, that decide to take place toward the party. And these are the people that engineer. So anything that happened today, it happened for a reason. Thank you very much.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. I appreciate that. Medicine Yadolo, let's hear from you here from the WhatsApp line. Hello.
Good evening, AB.
How you doing, sir?
AB.
Yeah, doing fine.
Thank you for the education. Thank you for the day-to-day activities you go on with the Liberian people, educating them. And you went and added law to it and make it legal, make you a legal person, legal practitioner, that when you're discussing the legal aspect of things. Thank you.
Welcome.
But what I want to say to the Liberian people is this. You said it all, but this is what I want to say to the Liberian people. Liberian people, this issue will not be resolved. This issue will not be resolved by any government agency in Liberia, not the Senate, not the judiciary, not the Supreme Court. This issue will not be resolved. You have the power to resolve this issue, Liberian people. Liberian people, you have the power. Without the House of Representatives, no government business can be done. They will not discuss bill. They will not pass bill. Anything whoever they want to do will not be done. Everything that the government does start in the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives pass it goes to the Senate passes it before the president can sign it, before anything is done. Without the House of Representatives, nobody will take pay in Liberia. Nobody. Already this government is not interested in doing anything. There is nothing the government can point to as a project. There will be no project carried out by the government without any budget passed by the House of Representatives. So you have the power, get to the street, demand the resignation of Joseph Walker, because Joseph Walker is the sponsor of what's going on. Joseph Walker is the one that's damaging the government of Liberia right now, and you people are watching it. It is happening through your eyes, in the presence of your eyes. The money that is being out there, that's being distributed, was given by Joseph Walker. The money was given by Joseph Walker. There is no point in time or the removal of speaker in Liberia that we saw that kind of money. We never saw that kind of money. The two removal that happened on the early, we didn't see that kind of money, and we didn't see that kind of public evidence. This is a different scenario with public evidence. And the money came from Joseph Walker. Y'all get to the street. Occupy the street. 2 million people can get to the down in Zambia. 2 million people can to the street and demand that Joseph Walker come down. If he doesn't come down, you don't eat. You occupy the capital, all government ministry and agency. There will be no government function until the government resigns. That's just what I have to say to you. Otherwise, you will suffer. You will suffer.
Thank you, Chief, for your contribution. I appreciate that. Abraham Connor, let's listen to you, please.
Hey, good evening, my dear brother. Thank you for the show. Thank you for the education. Similar thing like that going on in Kenya, if you follow it, the vice president is going through the same process. The lawmakers there did not divide themselves. Right now, the impeachment from the lower house is in the Senate right now. Here, his team of lawyers. I think that the guys come back to the chamber and facing Fonatikufa facing them. But if they think that get the lower house, they will jump behind Yombli too, because they think a deeper. I'm telling you something serious. It's like a deeper. When they finish what they want, they will jump behind Yombli. But you know who they're jubilating right now? That is drugs. Because everybody focus now on removing speaker now. Everybody feeling forget about themselves right now. People are not taking pay, nothing going on. But look, let the guys come by. If they have the number, let it come by in the chamber, and they're Kofa facing them. You do the thing maturely. If you have the number, but look at what he's saying that Coca said. We can, there's no law in Africa. We can do anything I want to do. Hey, my people. Is this a country that we want to run?
I know.
Look Look at what happening now today. Nothing good was done today. Nothing. When it comes to Liberian people, you know, maybe
they had always been nothing good done whenever they are there. So today,
yeah, I'm telling you, man, brother, this is a rescue. This is a rescue mission. They are rescuing the country.
Evie, thank you so much. Let me get a boy solo. What's up, Chief? Listen to you. Again, a good thing be happening to that place. That is as usual. Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine, Abby. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you for the show. But I got a question, Abby. And this question, the Liberian people need to listen and we need to address this. I want to know the United Party-led government, looking at the record 12 years, and the inner having when it comes to power, they always removing speaker. Are they're trying to tell we the Liberian people that's how they govern the country?
Anytime they can't even remove speaker,
But Eddie, check the record. President, we have lead our country 6 years. Had no interference with the legislature. Had no interference with the justice system. You know, the party came to power. They noted of interfering into the justice system. They started it. Baka started it. They leave the justice system now. Now they in the horse now. So this is what they do. They do those things on a purpose so they will be able to steal more money for themselves that they will have no accountability. But I want to say this to the people of district number 7. We need to galvanize ourselves in West Point, PHP, Lane Street, Nipple Street. You need to come on now. We got to make sure that Imaya down move Imaya down from that position.
Down part of the people down there.
Imaya down is there.
He part of the.
Imaya down is there. He part of the rebel group.
Okay.
So you know the man is working with Unity Party because he bear a partisan or Unity Party, right? But because he decided to go independent and told we the sedition and the ordinary people that he's not going there to go work. He's going to work for the people. But we see him, he's going contrary. So we are calling on our people to put themselves together to go that will be able to move it from power.
Also, thank you so much. Let me get to Lucene. And of course, the calls keep coming and we'll keep picking. And I will soon call and winners. And right here, hello, how you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon, bro. AB.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Thank you. This is Lucene calling from the USA. Yeah, but AB, let me say this. But AB, the problem we're facing with today in Liberia is that directly on the president. And because of distraction, because of our people are not informed of the law, so they continue to drag our people mind to think that they're not important. The president abused power by lying to the Liberian people on the yellow machine. He's able to be impeached just by that. They didn't say nothing about that. He also lied about bringing 300 buses from Ghana. He lied about that. The constitution was firm on these things. That the people that we elect should be able to be fair and honest to the people. And these things are all happening in the face of the Liberian people. They didn't say anything about it today. They're talking about removing Fanati Kofa without no constitutional right giving them like that. They just one week and just do something that got nothing to do with the Liberian people bread and butter issue. It's sickling. The country is in dire need of the bread and butter issue of the country. We don't have no good road, but when people are sick in our country, there's no good hospital you can take your family member to that their life can be saved. Why you got government officials can leave from the country, they come to America, they go to Ghana, they go to Nigeria. Why our people in Grand Basel, in Lofa, in Maryland, in Grand Cayman County, when something happens, they got nowhere to go. Instead of them thinking about these things, they're passing around playing games with the Liberian people, dishing money for themselves. The Liberian people have to stand up against the government and the people that they sent to represent them. If they cannot do that job, the Liberian people have the constitutional right to ask them to be removed.
You're right.
Now they're going while they're causing each other like shit.
Citing Article 1 that they are referencing. That Article 1 is for the Liberian people. It's not for you people. A renegade group you are using something that don't belong to them. Hello, how you doing? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, this is William Bro.
Hey, William Bro, let's listen to you, please.
Thank you so much. You know, Teacher Lai, when I was listening to the guy who you have on it, I know women, I know Blading,
yeah.
Winston Blading, when he start giving some history about 2006 when Speaker Snow resigned and then Tyler resigned, and so the Liberian people will build sentiment for the Speaker Kofa to resign. Let me say this. Any society that allow the evil people to prevail and the good people be giving chance to the evil people in the name of resignation or for the sake of peace, that society bound to continue to fail and not making progress.
You're right.
Did God bow to Lucifer when he disobeyed God in heaven?
No.
God chunking down, God disciplining him. That the Indian Liberian that would think about the speaker resigning, that Liberian is a stupid Liberian. Let me say it today. Because they will say for experience sake. How will we will always have evil people taking one side and want to suppress good people? Is that how we advance our country? The speaker shouldn't resign until they go by the law to meet up with the 49 human beings. That's the law. And now why would you stick by and let people start to do the right thing in our country?
You're right.
People didn't come and say because we put us on attention and so the person will resign, then we take, meaning we will always allow wicked people to prevail.
You're right. You're right.
We shouldn't do that. Our country shouldn't be fighting apart. Our country shouldn't, the wicked people must bow. Let the good people prevail.
Yeah,
not the good people bow into the wicked people. It shouldn't be that way. So that blind man, he should think and be part of that brain that will be part of the good people.
Bro, that is the same strategy Unity Party use until they empower today. All the threats, the issue, killing people all over. Then Joe, we are saying for the sake of people, you see the kind of nonsense?
Yeah.
So they will always,
what kind of nonsense is that?
Always suffer people. When you allow bad people to prevail, you still don't get any benefit out of it. Yeah.
You will not get benefit? You think when you allow the bad people to always prevail over the good people because you say for the sake of peace. So you won't be in peace and in poverty? It's better to die for your generation to live a better life tomorrow than for you to live in poverty. Your generation can live in poverty all the way from generation to generation living in poverty. What kind of ridiculousness is that? Which kind of mindset is that?
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. That's excellent on your part, bro. I appreciate that. We have to stand up. We can't allow these terrible people to always prevail in the name of, oh yeah, this, that, yeah, and that. No. For nothing, you know that when we resign anything again, so then you just stand there one time. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, Joseph Boga know your government is stalled. Finish. Let us go sit down. Hello.
Hello, cousin.
Yeah, how you doing, boss? Go on. This sounds like this person is tuning bills. Bill Tunings or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I call from Minnesota. Yes.
Yeah, Tony. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. Maybe a quick to the point. I want us to be. Let's be honest to ourselves. While it's true that everything that is transpiring is a legislative practice, but as Liberian, let us be honest to ourselves. Who does the speaker represent?
Okay.
Since inception, represent the Liberian people, the black that he represents, CDC, or himself.
Okay.
Because for all indication, it seems like the entire conduct for inception. It seems to me, I don't, maybe in the minds of other Liberians.
Yeah, go on, speak. You're a Liberian, my man. Speak.
Speak. Yeah, that to me, that's how I feel. Yes. While it's true that we want a balance of power, but maybe Fonatine is not a rightful representation of the party.
Okay.
Because to me, Fonatine is more of an elite than a representation of a grassroots movement.
Okay.
You see, since like I said, for inception, every way in every form and faction of Fonatine have conducted himself. It's just, to me, it seems for personal reasons. Okay. Maybe these are things that trickle, somebody rootings that's unfolding around him. Take, for example, the B Mountain incident. They have not brought that case to closure. From what we're understanding from people in the background says that Fonati, even received, allegedly, he received money for a closure of that case. In the absence of colleagues, they all agree that the company should have met certain standard. And Fonati bypassed a friend and took money. They brought that case to closure. The people have not been settled. And B Mountain was reissued to operate. That's just one instant. Another instant, AB. How many times did the executive not violate people's rights? People who had tenure positions, there are a lot of things that have been unfolding. People have been calling on the speaker. speaker have never represented himself as if he is a representation of the opposition black or a speaker in a government. So for that, they have never been in the conduct of the overall interest of the people. Let's be honest here.
Okay.
Not every volunteer just seems like an individual. So all these things that is unfolding, it's called karma. Better watch and see the process. Because maybe CDC will have a better representation if he is moving. Yes, but thank you for having me.
Thanks so much, Tony. Express yourself, my brother. You are indeed. And Pascal, quickly, just a minute. No time. I don't have time. Yeah.
Yeah, my chief. Thank you.
Please go ahead quickly. Yeah.
So somebody said something. I also want to believe that person that it's sometimes good to die a peaceful death than to live a painful life. Look, maybe Liberians are not serious-minded people. To have a group of lawmakers in convoy, allegedly taking 15,000, knowingly, with records from one of their colleagues. And we know where they are now as we speak. In hotel, a night they spent over 10,000 US. We are aware of that. And we are sitting here and talking nonsense. And talking nonsense with confidence. Even though we know where those criminals are. We know where they are. We know where those criminals are sleeping to that. As we speak, we know where they are. And we sit on the radio and talk nonsense with our mouth. My people, Mr. Bracker, every time I listen to you, there's something I always take out. The other day you said the guys are not ready to lead. Mr. Bracker is tired. And this is the reason why you will have a budget wanting to go to the legislature. For all of the people who claim to come to rescue the country are fighting one speaker. The speaker just said something tonight. The day you resign the post, maybe I may not just be a physician. Because, mind you, it is better the country is essential than to watch and think that somebody is leading and that person is doing absolutely nothing. It is a sad time. And Liberia will now rise up to this occasion where lawmakers are insulting us in our faces right before us in convoy going to LRJ. And there, I don't even know the name of that place. And we are watching and seeing there. Look, it doesn't make sense to me, but this is somebody who's come to see. And I thought this is the nature of the way I have to live the game.
Okay.
It must be very unserious. Look, and then for nothing to resign, it will be the rest of his life on us. Thank you so kindly.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. Let me hear from our mothers. I think their line is also active and ringing. And there are others on this line, but let me get here. This person as well. Hello?
Hello, good evening. Hi.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thanks for the program. Thanks for the education.
Okay, man.
My Liberian people, those people that are in the house there, because they're not represented. Those roles are in the house. How many times we not see them fighting for us? All the laws they're making, they say they're fighting for themselves. They're not happy. They see the person gonna big turn up again. They're not fighting for us. They're making flour over there. They're causing markers to each other because they want something for themselves, my people. So they think, yes, they're trying to confuse us here. We shouldn't get confused. We have the power. Brother Eddie just explained it to us. The other brother who I want to show he explained it. We have the power. We can take these people out because we put them there. They don't have any power over us. They can be causing each other just because they want something. And we will send them there, we ain't get nothing. And then get time for it. It is wrong. We shouldn't sit there and let the people use us. It is wrong. If we didn't know before, now we know. People educating us. So they think, let's forget about COFA. It's not about COFA. It is about the seat. The seat. The people try to confuse us here. We shouldn't get power among ourselves. It's not about COFA. It's about the seat. It could have been COFA or John or Peter or Paul. So let's forget about COFA business. But if he's doing something that they don't like, right? There's a proper way to do it. That's why we keep saying there's a proper way to do it. But taking money, that's bribery. And we all know it.
Okay.
So we shouldn't allow them to fool us.
Thank you.
But one number,
Yeah,
the papa against them will tell you thank you. Papa time will tell you thank you. So my people, the papa happy with the papa time will tell you thank you.
All right.
They wish them through.
They
tell
talking to
you,
the papa,
nice, suffer again, and he said, "You ready?" So
Thank
enjoy.
you so much. I don't know.
Okay,
You're the
thanks
papa.
for the show, brother.
You're the papa. Hold your
All right, bye.
Hello, LGF for you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. How you doing, boss? Hello. Wow, sorry. Let me get on this side, but I have few calls to make, and to my able winners as well tonight, right here on this diet. Like I said, our mothers are on the line as well. Hello, how you doing?
Not bad, brother Abby.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm calling for Now Street Basketball Court. Brother Abby, can you imagine today by 8-1 call ready to go to that Capitol building? When you reach up Now Street, tell us I will pull on. See how the police were on the street today, brother Abby. But I got one for the senator and the representative. Brother Abby, I always was, as I told you, I always say, put me on record. Brother Abby, if these people don't put like rough web, they come around. And when they put the individual separate Greek people, but every the wrath of God will locate it. The wrath of God will locate the abortion. Everything that they not say they enjoy from the Latin people to the House of Representation that will put them in power. They begin to stop for people. But every let people come with yesterday. Copa tell nothing so much, but not say they will remove Copa. They put that on the laws, on the constitution, to say Waka is breaking it. The last time they also say they were impeaching, they were calling to vote. But because they see Copa is in the issue, the Latin people, they want to move it. And so what for them, if they know what I know, for the Samuel Coca Day, and not money woman, and not let me call for the rap of if you not post stuff and not to start say, so bad quality were yet. What was they saying formally or bomb formally, and all of them are signature to say they want to move over. What them will tell them, I'm not going to go, but in West, they say they because they're wicked to the Labrico. What were policy, what were damage the except la power they eat, and for the old school, and not for the power of God, and the Labrico. One out of them for today, they will never get peace. What were they were there in their own way? Papa will be receiving Jesus Materi. Amen.
Thank you. God has spoken through you. Hello, how you doing? Quickly, Ruby Cannon. Let's hear from you. Don't time.
Ebi, good evening.
Yeah, let's hear.
For the Paul Lofa County. Ebi, you said something yesterday in your intro. Maybe you forgot. But you said there are something bigger than what these lawmakers are talking about. That they are posing to the people. And if you listen to Honorable Koga today, he said, Honorable the Speaker was appointed or elected. Do you know that he said they have been monitoring his movement for a fought, and they have been doing that? They knew that he was going to fall into his hand or into their hand. Now today, all of this that is happening. Tonight, the statement from the church on school. Look. They battle here will not end now. It will not be 1 month. It will not be 2 months. But it will go 6 months and above. And what will happen? There will be a shutdown in government. If we are playing with, and Open Podcast should be a leader. If he was a leader to let him go away. This case is not like any people or talent. We are going to stay with this speaker. They use because unless corruption issue is on those people. They are not discussing that. Corruption issue on the lawmakers. They are not
No
discussing
backing down, my brother.
Thank
Everything
you.
is set to move on. And of course, the battle line is drawn. And where we are. So we don't know who will back down. Who should back down? Like Bro said, I support Bro 100%. Many a times we'll give into evil people so that they prevail. Thus giving credence or giving the motivation to other evil thinkers to always say, so now you call not small, they can let you go. It can't work now. So, and that's what it is. I don't know. But it's not about Kofa. Yeah. Because Kofa is saying conductor his own way, the way it is. But it's about what these guys want to do and how they're doing what they're doing. And we can't allow them to prevail. That's why we are protecting. Not Kofa, but the laws of the land. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, hello, baby.
Yeah, Bossman, you play the cash giveaway, the small one.
Yes, actually.
I did draw, and I think you must have seen the message. Yeah. Check your phone. You're supposed to get 3,000. Don't eat it because I seen your number here for the second time. I think you won before.
Yeah, I won 20,000 before.
Because I seen your number again when I was dining. I saw your number. You see how you log it. So keep that one. Don't eat it. Tomorrow,
I get you.
Tomorrow you must bring it so that you can win something again.
I get you.
All right, congratulations. Yeah. So and let me just get just a few more and then we can go what it called. But let me
baby.
Yeah, how you doing? My people want several
The kind of normal movement. You know, Eddie, let me really commend you. You know, one of the great songs in the country. We have to praise you. If you not like you or not, Eddie. Thank you very much for that opportunity. You know, although Samuel Koga was on the radio, you know, yet to say that AB today he get all the evidence. Today, Santo Otospoon gave the speaker the chance to speak. My man, I said to my living God, AB will kill one in the country without no reason. If they know we're not going to talk for the Boko to hear today, you are going to be slaughtered like God. Okay, Samuel Koga will agree. The speaker said on the radio, AB, he said, I'm not fighting for this job, but let me go through the due process. Let it, for the now of 50, go to the Chimo. If they don't want to me, and they don't want for me to be speaker, let me go. Then you are passing around the hall, going hard to having another meeting, you know, that going should not be best. How will do the country? Then the kind of thing they may observe today. A certain water spoon, and not for appreciation they give to the speaker of the Polado. So I'm a Jeff and Antikova, even if the evil people will move you, but God will be with you. Any movement you are going through. And today, I want to call the president of the Polado, President Joseph Mabaka, because they said that you have the experience, you have the integrity, you have all the best to become president of the Polado. If your government looking like this, how international community will look at your government to be? Every day for another Kalamat, Urubaru, how the investor will come to the country. So educated people will call it all on us. They have to go around the table and dissolve the identical 5 years. Okay. Like no people are for me. All right. Let people live on the TNT. The get angry.
Yeah, I know certainly we are getting there tomorrow. Tomorrow about in the afternoon hours, I think the speaker's office had made arrangements with various radio stations, including myself. And if I will have the chance, I will have to join them. But we're going to relay live and on the show tomorrow and so forth. But again, let me and the speaker will be quizzed by professional journalists and on tomorrow. Sound journalists who know the issues. All right, so this on tomorrow. Hello, how you doing? Hello, ma'am. Let's hear from you, please. This the name here is.
Yeah, is it face the issue?
Yeah, face the issue. Go ahead quickly, please.
Am I on face the issue?
Certainly, you are. Welcome. Yeah, with God sent. Welcome. You are.
Okay. Yeah, this is my first time calling.
Okay, welcome.
I feel so sad. I feel very, very sad looking at our lawmakers behaving the way they are behaving. I don't think Konati did anything because, for example, me, if you did anything to me, I will not wait for someone to push me, tell me to get bribe.
Yeah.
Come and take bribe before you take action on Fonati.
You're right.
Or whoever.
You're right.
Those people, they are doing whatever they are doing, they're doing it on their own. I feel so ashamed of them. It's so shameful. So whatever they are doing there, if Konati ever did anything that they're not happy with, they should have gone through the inappropriate procedure instead of receiving bribe before going to take action. So they are not doing it for the Liberian people.
You're right.
They are doing it for their very self. This is my first time calling.
I know. Thanks so much.
So that's all I have to say.
I appreciate.
They don't do anything to them. Fonati is not wrong. Because if Fonati was wrong, they should have taken strict action instead of receiving bribery. So they're doing it. We beg them, they couldn't for our people Christmas. They're already suffering, they don't have it. They're looking for equipment or graduation fees and stuff. Let the people live in peace and let them enjoy their Christmas. If they're dry rice, let them eat it. They already got a 15,000, let they and their family enjoy it. God will judge them. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate that. And certainly, anyone would think that if you have done anything, you don't have to be bribed. And before you can take action, if somebody had hurt you, you're right. 100% matter than that.
That's right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're most welcome. All right, so folks, we're right here on this very day. The Crown Stopper is proud to be associated with the show, and we are certainly getting there. And with God, all things are possible. Tomorrow, the cash giveaway continues, but it's the jackpot on 1050, 1050, and of course on Thursday is 10, 15, 50. And that's what it is. So we are very grateful to the Almighty God that we are right here. The lawmakers are meeting their respective corners, and we are watching to see what will happen. But Fonati Kofa is being encouraged by his supporters and himself never to back down. Already the post suffering. So even if Fonati not back down, say what thing different it will make. Whether Fonati dealt, he not dealt, the suffering continues. So the idea is Fonati is not going to back down. The danger part of it is the reason why Fonati will not back down. That's why you people don't understand. One, is the shortest lived speaker, and which of course just 10 months, and it's known 2007 or so forth. Yeah, the shortest lived speaker. Two, Fonati Kofa at his level, the kind of stature, status, affluence he got. He can't go sit down in one small office and be sitting down with Nathaniel Bowie then who can just collect any money and eat it. Nathaniel, people that are useless Nathaniel Bowie then. And the kind of people then for Nathaniel go sit down with and whatever, no, it can't work that. So there are certain level when you are elevated. That's why you see, for you to remove this man, let it be something that calls for the legitimate authority of your entire body to say, look, we'll take this thing. You can just do it like that. So if you want to what they call a business, but again, nobody tell you say Fonati was at his best for the short time so far. No. Fonati, he knows exactly the voices he's hearing behind him today is the crying Liberian people. And that's why, as a leader, you must always learn to be there for the people. And always to your stupid. I can never build relationship with BB people. I will build my relationship with you people. Because tomorrow, if anything is happening to me, that you people will come in and defend. Those BB people, they don't care. Look, always when you want to marry your shoulder with people at the top, chief, the poor at the bottom, they are plenty. The poor at the top, they're not plenty. They may be able to provide some avenue for you, but when it comes to the real falling, at the critical point when you need real survival, you don't get it from the top. You get it from these common people around here because they are in numbers. And that's why as a leader, you must pay heed to them. When they are talking, listen to them. Yeah. And we have strength. Every time you see people cry small, we are going to solve the other problem. Go to bring poor community and thing. That's how we can operate. That's why you see people love people. Say, oh, yeah, we are. People don't just love we are for nothing. The man knows his base. The people down there, make sure the interventions are made. They can see something and remember him. That's what he does. By the way, we are getting there. We don't want the evil people to prevail. And that's where we are. So they will get started. Everybody will get started. And we'll sit down in this country here. We'll move on. Alrighty, what is going to happen? Thanks to all of you for the time. Until we're back here tomorrow, God willing, with the midweek edition of the show. Do have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.